Hi, I'm Nick Whitfield, Marketing and Communications Manager at Atrium Sports. We're here at the London Stadium for the Sports Tech World Series event, and I'm here with Andrew Collins from Atrium Sports, the Chief Product Officer, to hear more about the business and the technology it's using. So Andrew, could you tell me a little bit more about Atrium Sports? The business is gaining a reputation for automating processes that have been quite difficult historically for second-tier sports.
Yes, Atrium Sports is playing in a really interesting space, which is the rise of automation and how that applies to the sporting landscape. So Atrium Sports, we look at production, for instance, and all of the manual processes that take place to get a production from capture to distribution, and we work with a number of partners within the space. Interestingly, 20 years ago, when we sort of kicked off our digital sports careers, we may have tried to build every element of this production stack, but now we're just finding best in breed partners around the world and sticking them into an ecosystem which sports who traditionally can't afford this type of structure are able to sort of come and play in that ecosystem.
And Atrium Sports partnered with Key Motion earlier this year. Could you tell us what that partnership means to the business?
Yeah, it's massive for Atrium, and it's a great testament to the quality of the Key Motion automated capture system. We've obviously done a really deep dive into automated technology around the world, and we decided, actually our original philosophy was to be technology and to be platform agnostic. But once we found Key Motion, we found the quality of what they do as a business. It was a no-brainer for us to get as close as we could to them and roll them out as part of what we're calling the FIBA Connected Stadium.
And it's good you bring that up. I think it's fair to say the FIBA Connected Stadium project has been a real kind of landmark for the business. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, we're so proud to be working alongside FIBA. We've had a long relationship in other businesses and within our length of time in the sports tech industry. What FIBA bring to the table is governance. It brings the opportunity for me in product to walk into FIBA whenever I need to and ask those questions about what's next in technology, what's next in innovation, who are the partners that FIBA are working with, and how can we sort of leverage or work together on those opportunities. Likewise, the partnerships that Atrium Sports have established, we bring those to the table to FIBA, and we're able to roll out the FIBA Connected Stadium to leagues around the world who otherwise may not have access to this type of automated technology for their productions.
And technology is obviously a super fast-moving industry. How does Atrium Sports plan on staying at the forefront and making sure the Connected Stadium project, for example, is always at the cutting edge?
Yeah, I think for us, the first thing, and perhaps our success over 20 years, is our ability to listen to sports and the needs of sport, and also be very cognizant of what's happening in the wider sporting landscape. So at the moment, we have automated capture. We work with, if the leagues have sort of data rights, we're able to tap into that. We think the future, there's a real push to automation, not only in terms of capturing vision, but actually what happens after we have that vision, the way that we will be able to carve up video and content and distribute that to end users in a way that really suits them. So I think once you have great content and once you have great data and you've got that mix, then yeah, the way we'll mix it up in the future is yet to be known, but it's something that we're really excited about.
One of the things I think is really interesting about Atrium Sports and the Connected Stadium project is the bespoke setup in arenas. Can you talk about why that's important?
Yeah, there's a number of ways that we can attack the problem of automation within a stadium. Certainly, we could have had a set and forget philosophy where we just sort of put in an automated camera into a stadium and it would capture a game at a reasonable level. But what Key Motion bring to the table is quality in terms of the choice of cameras, the choice of lenses, the way they cable, the way they calibrate. Every facet of production for Key Motion they take very, very seriously, and it does start with lenses and lens quality and distance from court. And so again, working with Key Motion for us, once we understood their philosophy of the quality that's required to bring second tier sport to broadcast quality, again, we just had to partner with KeyMotion and work as closely as we could with them.
It's interesting you bring up broadcasters. A lot of people think of automated production and they immediately think of live stream. What's less obvious, I think, from people externally is that it can also be distributed to broadcasters. Could you talk more about that?
Yes. With partnering with KeyMotion, again, one of the very interesting aspects of KeyMotion, and also what we do within the cloud, within our data core product, is the ability to distribute what we capture at a lot of different latencies and a lot of different qualities to end users. So from mobile devices right through to bespoke custom OTTs, ESPN, Fox, and other networks. So we're really trying to raise the quality that we can provide to second tier sport and have it in your lounge room on your big screen TV at the crispness and the quality that you expect of top tier sport.
One of the things I think is really interesting about Atrium Sports is it's not a one-size-fits-all approach to the Connected Stadium project. It's a bespoke setup for every single arena. Yeah. Could you talk about why that's important?
Yeah, stadiums around the world are configured very, very differently. So at our disposal and working with KeyMotion, we have a range of cameras and lenses that are used, cabling options, and also KeyMotion deeply analyse length from court and height at which is the optimal way to broadcast a game. When we think about KeyMotion and when we think about the FIBA Connected Stadium, we're not thinking about automation as such, but we're thinking about what the user experiences on TV or on their devices, and how we can bridge that gap. And really that mix between automation and manual capture, you know, sort of the lines become blurred because KeyMotion's quality is so high and their care is so high that we believe that we can really start to challenge that broadcast with automated technology.